So good evening dear students. So let's do the experiment for Ohm's law. So hopefully you had studied the theoretical interpretation of the Ohm's law. So I will just review once. Ohm's law, you all know that it's a basic law that governs the relationship between the potential difference and the current. Okay, so it states that V is directly proportional to I, keeping the physical conditions constant. So let's do the experimental verification of this statement now today. So today I am going to demonstrate a practical, that is how to note the readings of potential and the current and how to calculate the resistance from the given experimental values of V and I. And we also see how to plot the graph and what is the significance of the graph, that is VI graph. So all these things we are going to illustrate in this particular practical demonstrations. So let's come. So first of all, I will show you this circuit diagram first. So this is a very basic circuit diagram, you all know that. So this is the battery, this is the positive and negative. Then ammeter, you all know that it's being connected in series combination. So it's also positive and positive, then negative. Then comes the resistance. So resistance, and in parallel to it is voltmeter. You all know that voltmeter is an instrument to measure the potential difference and being connected in a voltmeter. And then it's being connected to a second terminal of the rheostat. So rheostat, and then it's being connected to the switch or a key, one-way key, and then it gets completed with the negative terminal of the battery. So in this way the circuit gets completed. So now we will see how to connect all these components and how to perform the experiment now. So I will just remember you that if you want to see what's the function of all the instruments, you go to my previous video, that is some basics of electronic components. So all I have discussed in that particular video. So let's come to the circuit part now. First of all, so this is the battery eliminator. Again, it's a maximum range of 4.56. It's a maximum range of 12 volt battery. Okay, then it's a milliampere for measurement of the current. This is a voltmeter for measurement of the potential difference. This is a resistor. Okay, this is the resistor. So we have to find the value of this resistance experimentally. And this is the rheostat. Again, this is used to measure the vary the resistance of the cell, resistance of circuit. So this is the slider by which you can maintain the maximum and minimum values. Okay, and this is the key, one-way key. Okay, so first of all, how to connect the circuit, how to connect the components. So see, it's very quite simple. To start with one terminal, like it's a positive terminal of the battery going with the positive of the ammeter. So similarly I go with this is the positive, so this is connected with the positive of ammeter, and then negative of the ammeter goes to the resistance. Then resistance other end is connected to the rheostat, and then rheostat connected with the one-way key, and then one-way key goes with the negative of the battery. And this is a voltmeter being connected in a parallel. So I just have two separate wires. So this is a parallel combination actually. Okay, so this is how to make the circuit diagram, as well as how to connect the components to make a circuit. So this is a complete closed circuit now. Okay, so now let's start with the experiment. And also before starting the experiment, see now we will also approach to some calculative parts. So first of all, you also should be very much clear what is the least count of an instrument. So I will say that least count is the minimum reading that an instrument can measure. In very simple words I am defining. So see, voltmeter, if you look closer at voltmeter, it's being starting from 0 and ending up to 10. And if you focus on 0 to 2, up to if you count the number of lines between 0 to 2, these are 10. Total number of lines are 10. So I will simply say that if I want to calculate least count of voltmeter, then 10 divisions, it's a 10 divisions correspond to, that is equivalent to 2 volt. So one division correspond to 2 by 10 volt. it comes out to be 0.2 volt. So this is a least count of the voltmeter. Okay, so simple you can say 0.2 multiplied by 10, that's a 20. Okay, so, so one division correspond to 0.2. Okay, so now again similarly you go with the ammeter part. So ammeter is also, you see that it's starting from 0 ending up to 500 now. It's a milliampere. So 0 to 100, if you look closer at this, you will count, you will see the 10 number of lines in 100 amperes, 100 milliamperes rather. So we can say that now 10 divisions equal to 100 milliampere. So one division equal to 10 milliampere. So this becomes a least count of the ammeter. Okay, so these are quite important concept which can be used while you are taking the readings. Okay, now let's start with the experimental setup. So I just on the battery, and this is, I am just going to put up the switch. Now the circuit is closed. Okay, now see, you just need to focus that, so this is the rheostat I am going to adjust. You need to see the deflections in the needle in the voltmeter as well as in the milliammeter. Okay, so first of all, if I increase, you see this is the movement is there actually. Okay, so see this is movement is there. You see this is the movement is there. The deflection can be seen in both milliampere as well as in the voltmeter. Okay, so the thing is the V is directly proportional to I. So if I am adjusting the resistance with the rheostat, then both meters show the deflections. Now next step is how to take the readings. Okay, see if closely if you see that, so this if you see that here comes a second division. It's a second division. So means the least count of milliampere is 10. So second division implies it's a 20 milliampere. Corresponding, if I come to voltmeter section, again if I carefully see, I will see that again it's a second division. So one division is 0.2, so second division means it's a 0.4. So ultimately in this way you will take the readings. So I will see that the I, that comes out to be 20 milliampere and it comes out to be 0.4. Similarly, you just have to just like this, you make to little bit readjust the resistance in the circuit with the help of the rheostat, and again note the readings. Okay, now it comes out to be third division. Okay, and here it comes out to be again third division. Okay, if I say third division, the third division means it's a 30 milliampere and it's a 0.6 milliampere. So similarly you have to repeat the experiment 4 to 5 times, and then the main aim is to plot the graph. Okay, so you see that if I take suppose if I take one more reading, it comes out to be like this 0.8 and say 40. You can take number of readings. Okay, so then you have to plot the graph, and graph you will see that it comes out to be a straight line, right? It directly implies that V is directly proportional to I. And also, if you want to calculate the resistance, that is unknown resistance we are using in the circuit, we have to simply use the circuit R equal to formula of Ohm's law, R equal to V upon I. That is 0.4 and it's a milliampere. So 20 multiplied by 10 is to the minus 3. Okay, you can shift this. So it comes out to be 4 by 200 multiplied by 10 is to the 3. It comes out to be 20 ohms. So means the resistance you are using in the circuit, that comes out to be 20 ohms. So this main thing, now you can calculate the value of the resistance. Now we are calculating it experimentally. Okay, so there is no concept of theoretical learning here. So we are just verifying how to calculate the value of V and I. So that comes out to be 20 ohms, and if I see that is the values being written here on the top also, it's also 20 ohms. So if your value comes out sometimes maybe 19 ohms or 19.5 ohms, it will work. It's not a big deal. But if your value comes out to be around about, say, if you are calculating and your value comes out to be 16 or 15, then there is a big error, we can say that. Then you need to seek where the error is coming. You need to apply some corrections also. So this is how the Ohm's law, that is we are stating that V is directly proportional to I. So this is how you can verify this experiment and can calculate the unknown resistance also, and can also plot the graph between V and I, and can see that graph comes out to be straight line. Okay, because V, you can say that you can plot the graph like this, 0.4, 0.6 and so on. Similarly, it's a milliampere 20, so this is 1 point, second point. So this is how you will get a straight line graph. So this is all about your Ohm's law. Okay, so very interesting experiment. So I hope you have understood the basic concepts, and now you have understood rather experimentally what is basically the Ohm's law. So this is one of the practical, and in next practical I will do some more interesting for you. So stay connected with me, and I will meet you in the next lecture with some interesting concept. So don't forget to subscribe my channel. Stay connected. Thank you. Take care.